here. Today I'm going to talk about my 3 favorite concealers, how I use them, and the different foundations and BB creams that I have been using since my foray into the world of makeup. I use them all for different reasons. Like I have, I don't know, 4 different foundations and 2 BB creams that I use. But it really just depends on like the mood that I'm in, or how much coverage I want that day, or really is all about mood for me. But there are specific ones that I love, and some that do a better job than others. And like I said, there's 3 concealers that I am just completely in love with, and I use them depending on how much sleep I've gotten or haven't gotten, how well my diet has been that week, because I know when my diet is not as good, I tend to have darker circles. They run in my family. Everybody in my family, most of the women anyway, have dark circles, so I can't really avoid them, but I do use my concealers to help disguise some of it. So first I'm just going to show you which ones I am completely obsessed with, the brands that I have, and kind of just give you a little explanation on each. So I'll start with my concealers. The 3 that I am completely obsessed with is, the first one is by Maybelline. And it's this one, you guys have seen it everywhere. It's, you know, at every drugstore, Target, everywhere you can go. And it's an instant age rewind eraser for dark circles. And I use this one mostly when I just want like a clean face. I don't have a lot, you know, foundation on. I might just have like a moisturizer, tinted moisturizer, but I need to cover my dark circles. And so I find that this one is pretty lightweight. It's not a whole lot of like intense coverage or anything, but it does the job. And it keeps my face, you know, very light, so that I don't have to put this on and then blend it, you know, over something else, or then use foundation to blend it. Some concealers are like really a little heavier, and so you need to kind of blend. But this one is really lightweight. It just literally seeps into my skin. It blends really, really well, and I can almost get away with just wearing this and a little blush. So this is my favorite for like everyday, quick, fast. This would be it. When I need a little more coverage, and I spoke about this in my last video, it's the L'Oreal True Match concealer, and this is actually really good coverage. Whenever I am using or in need of a little more coverage under my eyes, and I'm using a foundation that day, then this is probably the one that I would go with. It does a really great job without being clumpy or leaving, you know, sometimes you get lines, or it seeps into your fine lines, and it can create kind of a worse effect than a better effect. So, but this is actually pretty good. It blends really well into my skin. It works really well if I blend it with my foundation. After I put on my concealer, I'll use a little foundation to blend away, and I usually do it, you know, down and then across my eyes, as opposed to, I've seen some people kind of dab it underneath their eyes, and I just find that doesn't look as good to me than if you do it kind of like a sunshine spray downwards. So that kind of has been working really well for me, and so that's the one that I've been completely obsessed with. I really love this. I think I use this one probably the most. And then if you've been out a little too late and you need some extra coverage, I'm going to tell you about my most recent find. And this thing right here, this thing will cover up to a black eye, and I'm not kidding. I tested it on a couple of bruises that I found on I always get bruises. I don't know why. I'll wake up and I have a bruise on my leg. I don't know. So I tested it on my bruises, and this thing is pretty potent. Like, pretty amazing. It's by It Cosmetics, which I am actually becoming a really big fan of. I love their mascara. I have a little contouring kit that I'm going to show you, also by It. And this one is called Bye Bye Under Eye. And it's pretty intense. Like, the coverage is really good. Let me see if I can show you a little bit here. It's a little thick. And so you can see, let me see. It's pretty thick. It's a little sticky. But if you are in need of some like intense coverage, this would do the trick. So I bought it for, you know, those days when I need, usually I use it when I'm going to be on camera or I'm filming something, or, you know, I'm doing like an in-house photo shoot or something like that. Then I take out my Bye Bye Under Eye, because that mug is pretty powerful. And so those are my three kind of go-to concealers at the moment. Like every day, a little more coverage, and you need to cover up some stuff. This be the one. Okay, so now that I've covered that, the foundation thing with me is kind of like, I'm kind of like completely obsessed with it. I try a bunch of different ones, but I kind of always end up going back to the ones that I started with. And so I have used two different BB creams. This is by CoverGirl. It's CG Smoothers. And this is a medium to dark. It's just a tinted moisturizer. I have used this a lot. This was kind of like my go-to BB cream for like every day. This is kind of before I really even got into the whole foundation thing. This was like what I would do just to even out my skin. And it worked really well with this. So this is kind of like super easy. I don't have a whole lot of time to put into my whole makeup routine. But I just want to have like a even looking skin and maybe not so dark under my eyes. This is kind of like what I would go to. And then I found this Revlon Photo Ready BB cream. And I really love this. It's more coverage than this one. Less coverage than your foundation, but definitely really great, totally buildable, and it's lightweight, blends really nicely into my face, and I really like this. So this one has kind of taken a back seat since I found this one, because I really like this. So if you haven't tried it, I would suggest giving the Revlon Photo Ready BB cream a try. Now, as far as my foundations go, I have three that I use that are constantly in rotation. The first one is the M6, that's my number, or the shade that I've used. M6 by CoverGirl, it's a true blend. And this actually, this is kind of like more coverage than this one, but really light, and probably my lightest foundation that I have. My only beef with this one is that it doesn't last very long. So this is kind of like what I would use if I'm, you know, going to run a couple of errands and I know that I'm not going to be out, you know, a really long time, like all day. Then I know I could get away with this. It definitely has good coverage. It blends really well. It's lightweight, and it is buildable. But by the time I get home, it's like, it just doesn't last very long, you know. So that's kind of like my quick, I'm gonna just be out for a couple of hours kind of foundation. And then of course, I've spoken about the Japanesque one, which I actually really love. This has really great coverage. It has a dewy finish. The only thing about this one is that you need to set it. So sometimes if I don't necessarily want to have to put a powder over my foundation, I will not use this one. But it has a really great feel. It's like I said, it's dewy, so it's kind of soft. It doesn't feel really heavy on my skin. It's really good coverage. And what I like most about it is because I'm kind of in that in-between stage, so finding a foundation that matches me is kind of really difficult. But this matches my skin really well. So if I have a little more time and I want to go ahead and set my foundation, and this is the one that I use. But my overall top favorite foundation that I absolutely love, the coverage is amazing. It lasts all day. It's lightweight. It blends beautifully into my skin, is by Calvin Klein. I got this at Ulta. It's CK1. It's a 3-in-1 face makeup. It has SPF in it, and like I said, the coverage is really great. It lasts all day. I can wear it when I'm out, running errands, I have meetings, then I get home and my face is still flawless. So I really am a huge fan of this one. And I will probably keep going back and always making sure that I have this in stock because it's probably my #1 go-to foundation when I just know that I want my face to be looking real good that day. So, and then I just want to show you, this is the brush that I use. It's kind of Urban Decay Optical Blurring. And I use it to put my foundation on. So I dab my foundation on and then I kind of use this. And then what I really love is that I can then go back and blend it. And so this is my favorite brush to use to put my foundation on. And then when I'm using my BB creams or maybe my lighter weight foundations, I just use the little sponge. So I wet it, make sure that it's really damp. And then I just kind of dab it. And I like the shape of it because I can get kind of into my corners of my eye, so that works really well. And then the last thing I want to show you guys is this contouring kit that I got at Ulta, also by It. So it looks like this. And it has my bronzer, a blush, and a highlighter. And I love, oh my gosh, I love this thing so much because when I travel, I can literally just take this with me. And it serves all purpose. It's all purpose when I'm out. You know, it gives me a little, can do a little contouring, I do a little highlighting, I have my blush. And it's probably like my #1 favorite thing that I've purchased. I think I bought it in January. And I'm completely obsessed with it. I love it. So if you haven't tried it or you've wanted to try a little contouring kit, but I mean, there's a whole lot of them out there right now. And this was just kind of pretty easy for me to figure out. You know, it's kind of like a no nonsense, just contour, highlight, blush, out the door. I love it. And it doesn't come with a brush, so it's just kind of this, and then I just bought a separate brush to put it on with. And I love the highlighter because when I put it on, you know, it just kind of gives me a little brightening effect. And so some of the pictures on my Instagram account, if you don't follow me at MimiGStyle. You guys have asked what that glowing look is in my makeup, and so that's the highlighter in this little puppy here. So anyway, that's all I had to share as far as the products go. So I'm going to go grab a couple of facial cleansing towelettes so I can put some foundation on for you. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about anymore. Okay, so I can put on some foundation and show you guys what it looks like.
He says he loves me, but I think he's funny. He don't know nothing about love. And my head's so dizzy, cause clearly he's winning this race to my heart. And I'm just a fool, I'm just a sucker. But he knows I ain't cool, but he knows I don't want no other. I'm in love with a boy who don't know nothing about me. Can't see past what he wants, trying to live out his dreams. So why do I sit around with my head in the sand? I don't understand. Yeah, he says he's ready, but my heart won't let me stop all the tears now. And if this is what love is, I won't miss none of it. I just want out. Yeah, I'm just a fool, I'm just a sucker. But he knows I ain't cool, but he knows I don't want no other. I'm in love with a boy who don't know nothing about me. Can't see past what he wants, trying to live out his dreams. So why do I sit around with my head in the sand? I don't understand why I'm just a fool, I'm just a sucker. But he knows I ain't cool, but he knows I don't want, no, he knows I don't want no other. Yeah, He says he loves me, but I think it's funny he don't know nothing about.
Okay, so those are my 2 favorite concealers and my 2 favorite foundations. And so as you can see, the Calvin Klein one, just the coverage is better for me. I really love it. This is usually the look that I go for every day. And like I said, it's one of my favorite products. So if you haven't tried it, go to Ulta. I don't know where else it's sold. I just know that's where I bought it. And give it a try. The shades are really nice. They blend really well. And like I said, I love the coverage and the dewy look that I get. So let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys got some good information from this video. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Peace.